Hello everyone, thank you for coming out tonight. I know you're not really here to see me, you're here to see Matt Rife, but you get me for a little bit. So
I love you so much.
So I walked into this kebab shop.
No,
and
I really love you.
forget the kebab shop. This woman here, she's making me say sheesh. 'Cause shish kebab. Woman, I've just stepped into the kebab shop and you're trying to get all this special sauce? If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 71. I'm divorcing my husband for you.
Oh. Well, this boss man might be a little too young for you. I've been in the trade a long time, but I'm a young boss man. And you're a creep.
So is this the first time in your life you've ever been in love?
I think so, yes.
My love.
Whoa, hold on. With your cameo-looking fakeness right there, Matt Rife. What is she doing here? Can you see that? It's fading away, much like me already wanting to. She's blowing a kiss or something. What's she doing, puckering up? Why are you puckering up, huh? And if you're wondering why I'm triggered already about, 5 seconds into the video, it's because what I know of Matt Rife is that he's in his 20s. This is creepy. Just off the bat. Off the rip. Rip my head off my shoulders and chuck it in the River Thames. I've had enough.
Daddy, chill.
My love, my heart, my forever. Happy Valentine's Day, my beautiful wife.
This woman thinks she's getting married to the comedian Matt Rife.
How old are you ladies? 73?
Well,
Nancy is planning to marry this man after receiving a ring in the mail
So he asked you to marry him?
Yeah.
and tattooing his...
I heard tattoo. I mean, that can never be good. Look, she's got this, like, high school teenager, like, vibe about her. Yeah, he's in love with me. Don't tell anyone, though.
I'm only gonna say this one more time, sir. Calm down.
and tattooing his name.
The MSR on
That
my
says
ring
MSG.
finger, which is Matthew Stephen Rife.
Shut up. That says MSG. Not only do you need a refund, but Uncle Roger will find you. And he'll be very happy that you love MSG so much that you got it tattooed on your body. Miss Monosodium Glutamate, or whatever the hell MSG stands for. In this case, it stands for... Stop!
What did that just mean?
Stephen Rife.
Nancy is getting ready to come into $2 million after the sale of her home and divorce.
They're gonna get some good money for this house.
Who are you?
Yeah, and then I sent him cash.
She's choking herself.
Close to $100,000.
We'll team up with their daughter and fly to San Jose for a wild trip.
Nancy has passed.
I found Matt Rife's house.
Why can't y'all just let me
Has
be and
passed
be
what?
happy?
What? Wow.
Can't this just be real and let me be happy?
Can
No.
our team convince her before she sends any more money?
First of all, I know this is an intro, so you're building shockingness and suspense. You can't just say, she's passed. What? Passed her theory exam to learn to drive?
Hey, that was weird.
Nancy's on this show. They're just really, really interesting, aren't they? They're giving the rest of you Nancys a bad name. Get a grip, Nancys. And also, why can't you just let me be happy? Sorry, in this particular case, why can't you just let me be delusional, basically? Like, some people misconstrue what is making them happy, and it's not actually making you happy. You're just maybe plugging a hole for one reason or another. Maybe this is how you're coping with grief. Or you've just gone off the deep end so badly, you're diving headfirst into the sea of delusion. So no, that's not making you happy. You're living in a fantasy world. So sometimes it's okay to stop people from doing things that make them happy. Because what you're doing is actually detrimental. You think it's happiness. Get a grip.
After the divorce and the sale of the house and he's real, I'll help you pack.
Well, what if the truth isn't what you want?
Let's see
So
if we can get to the
ask
bottom of
yourself
this.
that question, mate.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your
Go do that.
engagement with our videos help us reach new audiences and can potentially stop other people from being scammed.
But you already
Guys,
are.
this case is crazy. It's from a woman named Amanda who's writing in on behalf of her mom. It's an intervention case. I'll read the email. Amanda says, "Hi, Catfish team. I'm writing on behalf of my mom who believes she's in a relationship with 29-year-old comedian
How old is
Matt Rife."
Nancy?
Had so many conversations with her about how this isn't true. She's actually admitted on a number of occasions that she doesn't think it's Matt Rife. She goes as far as believing that when he's on stage and she texts him, he responds in the middle of his show.
Power.
She messages him all day long. When are you going to send me money? When are you going to buy gift cards? That's really like the long and short of all they talk about. Every day, I love you so much. I can't wait to be with you.
So
And then
cringe.
he'll say like the same thing, but can you send me money?
She has sent close to $100,000 and will not stop.
The person on the other end said, send the gift cards. We can invest it in a home together.
That's
gift
how it
cards.
works.
Thousands and thousands of dollars.
Remember, everyone, if you're trying to get a home and your bank says, perhaps, no, at this moment in time, you can't really afford it, you tell the bank, no, I rebuke what you're saying. I have Apple gift cards, so now I automatically can buy the home, right? Shove it up your freaking sunny non-side. You see in the painting back there, they're all playing. That's a lovely painting, by the way, but they're all playing instruments. We've got some sort of orchestra being constructed here. Get this story in pantomime. I'll be there front row and center, mate.
Gift cards, Apple gift cards.
I
Even looking on
guessed it.
Zillow, he sends her pictures of houses. She's probably spent close to $100,000. It's really getting hard to stomach.
You know, I don't care if this is harsh. I don't think I will ever see 100 grand in my account. But these people just throw it away like no one's business. It's disgraceful. I don't care. I know a lot of people say it's their money, they can do what they want. All right, they can do what they want, but I'm still gonna be angry about it.
Her obsession has taken a toll on the entire family, and she and my stepdad are in the process of separating after 43 years of marriage.
So
Been married
cheating as well.
43 years, and probably the last 30 have been miserable for them, but they stuck it out, and now they just don't want to stick it out anymore.
They're selling their home and
Wow.
set to split $4 million from the sale.
Obviously, I don't know the dynamics here. I assume the daughter was living with them during this time. Maybe it's a case of we're staying together for the kids. Obviously, I can't tell anyone what to do, but if you're unhappy, maybe consider that this broken home isn't the best environment for a child. Obviously, the argument can be had that there's a roof over the child's head, and if you separate, what happens? But work with professionals. If you're not happy, I feel like you need to do something before it takes a severe toll on your mental health and then the child's mental health as well.
Which I fear this guy's trying to get a hold of.
They talk about her
That's
divorce
crazy.
all the time, and when the house is going to sell, when she's going to get the money. We live in the Bay Area. They're going to get some good money for this house, but they're already on her end thinking about how to get that money and how she can send that money. So I'm trying to get all this taken care of before the sale of the house so she doesn't lose all that money too, because I know they're already planning for it.
I'm desperate and need help before she loses everything.
Adult Protective Services has been called. We've had social workers to the house. We've had sheriffs to the house.
Wow.
All telling her this is not real. This is not real. Like people that know, and she should believe. I don't know if she'll ever believe it, but it's not who she thinks it is.
You know, I find it very hard to have sympathy for someone who doesn't believe these type of authorities. Like, at this point, you're set well on your ways. You're gonna go and do whatever you want to do. Nobody can help you if you're not even listening to police, adult protection services. I would say you need help, but clearly no one can help you. And I find it fascinating that money is one thing. You sending money, Yeah, maybe you can make money back, right? Maybe, of course, it's argued you can just buy another home. But selling your home for someone you've never met, it's crazy to me. Not to mention this whole very dangerous parasocial dynamic we've got here. You can be a fan of someone's work. I've always said this. Maybe you find them attractive, cool. But when you go above and beyond and your own life is being ravaged by your obsession to this person, I'm sorry, you're no longer a fan. You could argue your behavior needs locking up.
I just hope she'll open her eyes before she gets all this money.
Sincerely, Amanda.
I mean, you have this woman that's been married for, 43 years?
Yeah.
And she thinks she's dating he's 29? A 29-year-old comedian?
I never heard of Matt Rife. Let me look him up real quick. Matt Rife.
You as a girl can be just a friend to a guy, but it means you're ugly.
His TikToks are funny because he roasts people, but live he's telling jokes.
I want your hat.
You want my hat?
I love wearing hats.
You love wearing hats?
Yeah.
Why would you want a hat when you have a perfectly good wig right now? Why would you want to throw something like that?
He has this style of joking where he pretends to like older women.
These couple of silver foxes right here.
Well, there you
How
go.
old are you ladies?
73.
73?
I assume that's why she believes that she has a chance. But once again, this is the whole dangerous parasocial dynamic. He's joking. Like, realistically, he's joking. Or maybe he does actually like older women. However, you, like regular, degular, schmegular you genuinely think if you was front row at the show, he's gonna take you home after the show. Yeah, I'm done holding this mic. Baby, you can come and hold my mic. You need serious help. But I don't think anything in this episode is going to help you. And I think we've got another unfortunate case of someone who is going to ruin their life at the result of a scam, but they've chosen to let that happen. You feel me?
It's like my favorite flavor. You guys are twins?
And
Fair.
so maybe she thinks that she
Yeah, I
has a
get that
chance
vibe.
because he talks about how he loves older women.
This is a guy who's worth millions of dollars.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure, I saw somewhere that he even bought his mom a house. It's not a guy that needs money.
Well, Brienne, what do we have as far as the research goes?
That's the thing, we don't have anything.
What are you doing here?
Great job,
what are you
guys.
doing here?
I know. So this is actually a case I've been working on since last year. We were open to helping her mom out, but her mom never wanted to meet with us. So now her mom's changed her mind and she wants to seek help.
What?
And so I was hoping that maybe we can pull some research, maybe visit them because it is a close flight.
Just hold on a second here, because what do you mean now she wants help? What's happened? Where's the context here? Because she seemingly doesn't want to be helped. So if this is another case of someone saying they want help, appearing on the show, maybe as a way to get Matt Rife to see her, look, I love you so much, because he's randomly going to watch this show. But most likely he probably will watch this show, and it will now be introduced into his material for stand-up. But I just can't fathom why this is happening.
This is the woman from last year that tattooed her finger?
Yes, so she tattooed
That
Matt
says
Rife's
MSG.
initials on her ring finger. So Amanda's really desperate for our help. I just spoke to her the other day and her parents are about to sell the house. The realtor is coming and things are starting to sink in for her mom. And I think she's gonna be open to hear what we have to say. And if they sell this home, Nancy's gonna be getting $2 million. They talk about the sale of the home often in their conversation. By the way, we are not the only people that are going to visit Nancy or have visited Nancy. Adult Protective Services has visited her, law enforcement has visited her. I think we could provide a different type of value in coming to visit her. We can run searches live there with her. We can do an IP tracker, see where this guy's located. I mean, there's a lot to this story.
So we're flying to San Jose when?
Like next week.
Oh.
This is happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
The following week, our team flew from California to San Jose with no
LAX.
real information, just with hopes that Nancy might be willing to talk. Amanda
right.
told us she'd be going to Nancy's house ahead of us. This is going to be interesting.
I wouldn't even tell her at all. Until I'm on the doorstep, mate. Bailey's from here. Any wrestling heads? Whatever. Hotel down.
All right, David. So Amanda just texted us and she's giving us a heads up about her mom and what's going on right now before we head over there.
Right.
And the very last thing she just texted us
What a
was
chair, by the way. Like, I'm sorry, this is completely irrelevant, but if you just look at this, what a great chair. It looks like the designer skinned Thanos alive and just made him into a chair that looks like his chin. If anyone knows, like, the meme of, like, cuck chairs in hotels, that's the fanciest looking cuck chair I've ever seen in my life. And my, Nancy's being cucked in this situation.
she's getting a little antsy.
All right, you want to give her a call real quick then?
Yeah, let's give
How
her a
about she get a grip instead? That might be better.
Hello.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi.
How's your mom?
Well, we're just trying to get her answers to what's going on, and you guys like have ways of doing that are beyond my capabilities.
Oh, don't sell yourself short.
Yep.
So we'll be there in 30 minutes?
Perfect.
All right. Bye.
Bye. So at least she's willing to have a conversation with us. Any ideas for a game plan going in?
Bring her a gift.
Bring her
Let's
Matt
bring some
Rife.
flowers.
That's what I was thinking.
bring some-
Who doesn't like flowers? Other than Sharon, who doesn't like flowers?
All right.
Bree, you said this in a different video as well. I can't remember the exact one. But some people genuinely don't like flowers. What is this absolute we're speaking of here? What if someone has allergies? Do they like, well, I mean, some people have allergies and they like flowers, but some people don't like flowers and that's okay. By the way, I must stress again, I'll move out the way because I can never know the dimensions of the screen I'm recording. If you look on Bree's arm, I think recently as well, I pointed out she got like that bruise. Are you okay?
We get some flowers. High five.
High fives.
We thought flowers would
Okay.
be a perfect gift for Nancy as we hoped
Why?
she'd want to even sit down with us.
Why?
So we hit the road and picked up a bouquet on our way to her house.
What, from a gas station?
All right. The moment of truth, y'all.
Moment of truth.
As we were walking up to Nancy's house, we hoped she wouldn't turn us away and have this whole trip be for nothing.
Nancy? Hi, David McClellan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
you. Yeah.
Hi, Nancy. My name's Brienne. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Nancy. I'm Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
These are for you.
Hi. Those are beautiful.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, but Matt Rife didn't send it, so do you really care?
This is great banter. It really is.
They're beautiful.
Thankfully, Nancy loved the flowers and allowed us to sit down and tell her what we were about. She was hesitant to open up, so we really had to convince her to work with us.
So do you watch our channel? You mentioned it.
Basically, I know you go after people that are catfishing.
I'll give you kind of like a spiel
Yo,
like who
she
we are.
is
So
hella
I'm
chill.
really good at doing like online research. Brienne's come on to run the research team. And so what we want to do is we want to work with people, get all the information, but it only works if people give us all the information, right? And so if people are forthcoming with us.
Can we just look at this screen as sort of a just an amazing picture of what's going on, right? You got Amanda sitting there, very like, you know, I'm listening to like my head teacher at school or principal, if that's what you call it. Then you've got, what's her name? Nancy, just chilling as if she's alone in the house right now. And then Drew, I don't know if he's looking at her feet, but he's like, I kind of feel uncomfortableness. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. I understand it's her home, I think. but like you've got people coming over, yeah? I don't know if this makes me seem like a fuddy-duddy or something. Can't you just sit up straight? Like, why are you sat back like this, listening to someone explain how they're going to help you? I just find it a bit disrespectful, but maybe it's just me.
Provide the information, it allows us to do proper research, and then we go into it with an open mind, and we deal with adults. And so in the end, adults make their own decisions. So what we'll do is we'll present the facts to you, and based on the facts, you make up your own decision as an adult on like what you want to do, but at least you have every single thing you need to give you peace of mind, to give you clarity to make a really good decision.
Bro, why is she throwing her head back?
Oh my God.
What the f is going on in here on this day?
I am like so overstressed.
Shut up.
With everything that's going on.
You know what I said earlier about her giving teenager vibes? I well and truly think she's a child, you know? This is so cringe to be watching. I don't think... I've been cringed out a lot on this show, but right now, the levels are through the roof.
With having to move out of this house in like 6 days and worrying about what Matt's doing and what I'm doing. And I've got to find a place to live. I got to get somebody to come and move all this shit. I've just got so many things going on.
Honestly,
why can't y'all just let me be and be happy?
You wanted help. You wanted them to come and help, bro. That's what we heard. That's what they said. You've changed your mind. You want help. Now you want them to let you to be happy. Which one is it then? You're confused.
Us.
All of my people.
Shut up.
Nancy, you're talking to people who intimately know where you're coming from. Seriously. This is like our daily lives. Like 24 hours a day we work. Like, I'm not joking. You know, 7 days a week. We're always
Get
available.
some sleep, guys.
We are not here to judge. We're not here to pick at you. We don't even know what's going on until we actually look at all the research. We're a complete third party, non-biased, provide you with answers, closure, clarity, whatever it is that you're seeking in this relationship.
She wants nothing though.
And you set the boundaries. So if you're like, hey, look, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, we'll give you guidance, you know, as experts, but you set the boundaries for how we do things. We are only here tomorrow. So I'm like, we only have so much time.
Right.
And so if you can open up about kind of like what's happened, how you've been communicating, anything you've sent, we can start collecting that information. Tonight, we'll go back to the hotel, we'll start doing research, and then we can come back tomorrow if you're available and meet, and we'll provide you with all the information. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, cool.
Nancy agreed to open up to us, so our team set up some cameras and tried to get as
Why
much
are her legs
information as we could
akimbo
about
now?
this Matt Rife profile.
So can you give us like a 2 to 5 minutes?
I'm sorry, I keep mentioning this, but surely that's just not good for her back. Like, if I sat like that, I swear my lower back is going to discombobulate and twist itself into a pretzel. Just sit up, man.
Feel on like, who is Nancy? Like, what was it like growing up? Like, how did you end up here and get married? You know, like your relationships in the past.
Wow. Well, I was actually born in Germany. My parents were military and lived in Virginia for a while. So she was about 3 or 4, and her dad went to prison for, I think, almost 2 years. He was physically abusive, and it was all too much for me, and so I filed for divorce, and I got a divorce from him. And so she's been with me ever since. Well, not ever since, mostly.
I've been back and forth between you guys.
Back and forth,
since
yeah.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, back and forth. I don't know, a little while passed. I met this one.
This one?
I don't know why I got married.
What was it like in this relationship made you want to get married?
Nothing.
Oh.
Seriously?
Seriously. I don't know why I married him.
Nice.
I never loved him.
Nice.
And I knew it.
Nice.
But
wow.
It was like, what else am I going to do? I got a kid.
Companionship, or are you looking just...
I don't know if it was really companionship or... I like being alone.
Honestly, I'm going to shut you up right here because my blood is curdling. You leave out milk to the side and it starts doing up cheese making abilities. That's what I'm feeling right now with my blood. It's coagulating, you might say, which I don't think is relevant. I might need to see a doctor. I can't stress to everyone enough that if you don't love someone, I don't care if you have a child and you just want a place to stay, someone to look after you or some shit, you don't marry them. Do not be a selfish little absolute scumbag. Don't do it. Because, yeah, you are getting the benefits out of it. But the other person has now led to believe their entire life that you love them genuinely. And I can't even imagine if that guy watches this. Man called him this one, never loved him, don't know why I got married, I like being alone, so then you should have stayed alone. Do you know what I mean? This is ridiculous. Like, I already had minimal levels of sympathy. Now, they're in hell, the sympathy levels. The devil has taken those levels and is skipping with them. I don't care now. Thank you. Well done. Good on these victims that let me know early on how to feel. Shout out.
I love being alone. You know, when this house is empty, I'm in heaven.
Goodness, shut up. You think? Like, obviously only God can judge you at this point. Do you think you're going heaven? By uttering these words? Now, it's completely okay to not love someone. Let's not get that twisted, right? My issue lies that you didn't love him and you lied. You stepped on whatever altar you stepped on. If you said vows, you lied. So, you lied to God?
You know, I could go for months and not talk to anybody or see anybody. And
so, Amanda, does she feel comfortable hearing this?
Picked their relationships like this.
I say that's low self-esteem. Seriously.
Yeah. Probably.
But I don't actually have that anymore.
So
What
is
does
this
that
the
even
first time in
mean?
your life you've ever been in love?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, do your pouty
That's
face.
pretty sad, huh? 71 years old.
100% sad. 71 plus Matt Rife's 29, you get 100% batshit delusion. So, it checks out.
I don't know, I was scrolling through either YouTube or TikTok one day, and I'd never heard of the guy before. And I saw one of his comedy routines.
Well, that's even worse then.
This guy's hysterical.
He's very witty.
Very witty, very quick.
Don't feed into her delusion. Yeah, he's very witty. Yeah, but this is not him. You know?
Very smart.
How do you know he's smart?
Sent a comment. That's kind of how it started.
There's no way this is real. There's no way this is real. I have to believe that this is edited in some way. Maybe he did heart your comment, but if you genuinely said maybe we can get to know each other, just from him saying, I'm glad you enjoyed, then I think every single creator, artist, anyone who distributes any sort of content, they'd all be in relationships with however many people support them. It's one big open relationship. Imagine the TT, just all in the biggest, what's it called, polyamorous relationship ever. My goodness. Nobody book a hotel for that party.
But point taken.
And then all of a sudden, he's on my DM, and I'm like,
no, he isn't.
Okay, we'll see what this does, you know?
Shut up.
And one thing led to another.
Ugh. Ain't a Hallmark movie,
are.
mate.
We talk every day.
About money.
Every night.
About money.
You know, I don't think there's a day that's gone by in this past however long I've been talking to him that we haven't spoken.
About money.
I like that he communicates with me.
About money.
He's very kind. Just kind of, let me get to know you. Let's get to know each other. We'll communicate. We'll see where this goes. And
for
it
the
just
money.
kept going.
Not another one?
Hit me so hard because I'd been without it for so long.
Are you serious?
With my current husband.
Yeah, because you married someone that you didn't love. So yes, you wouldn't feel love. Are you dumb here? Like, this is the type of victim that people say I am harsh to, but they've quite literally laid their own bed, lying in that bed, snuggled up and everything, right? They might have a little teddy with them, Matt Rife, and then they are complaining and generating this sort of sob story around it. Oh, I didn't have love for so... Because you married someone you didn't love. Maybe you shouldn't have done that then.
It's like, wow, somebody actually cares about me?
You know, also, the fact that you've just said that, why have you thrown the current husband under the bus? How do you know he doesn't love you? You don't love him. So just because you don't love him, don't try and twist it as it's a mutual thing. I'm assuming he wouldn't have married you if he didn't love you. What a disgrace. You know, I hope he doesn't see this, because I can't imagine the level of heartbreak that he would feel. And to the people who do say I'm being harsh on her or something, right? You're just not factoring in the other victim of this story, the husband, right? You're just thinking about her, she lost money, XYZ. I don't even know if that husband has a say in the sale of this house. I think my head has just left this planet right now, so I can't remember if that's been mentioned or not. But he's a victim in this too. Amanda, the daughter, is a victim in this too, having to essentially not live life peacefully because she's trying to sort this BS out. There are other victims to feel sorry for than the one who's dug her own grave and is already standing inside it waiting for the dirt to shovel on top. It's a disgrace.
Somebody actually thinks I'm attractive still?
Shut up.
What?
Honestly, this is such a spit in his face.
You know, how does that happen?
Are you dumb?
I told him, dude, I'm old enough to be your grandmother.
So what are you doing in this situation
then? What's the common phrase for that one? Age is only a number.
No, sorry, anyone who says age is just a number, I'm really sorry. I am in strong disagreement with you. I'm just leaving it at that. Hurry
when he
up.
talks to you, does he ever tell you jokes like he does on stage? He never jokes.
No.
He never sends you one joke.
That's one question I asked her. What does he think his funniest joke is? And she's like, I don't know.
I don't find a lot of things funny. And I think if I went to one of his shows or something, I probably wouldn't laugh.
Ooh, you're hard showing off.
It's not that they're not funny, because he's extremely witty. But I have my own weird sense of humor.
Oh, if you want to describe it as weird, what you're doing is well and truly weird, sure. She is well and truly deep into this, huh? I get, you know, they're sort of feeding into it a bit, but maybe that's just me.
Very dark, very over the top, you know, and not a lot makes me laugh. I'll crack myself up before somebody else will.
What do you think that you like the most about Matt? Didn't he just recently change his hair color? He's like bleach blonde or
Not
something?
anymore, he changed it back.
I think he's back to brown again.
Oh, did he change it back?
So.
Yeah, too many complaints.
What do you think of the blonde?
I wasn't going for it.
No?
No. And then when he did put it back to brown, I didn't even notice, and he got all pissed off. But she didn't even notice my hair color. I go, well, you know, dude, I mean, I can't see everything. There's just a lot of things about him, even though I haven't met him personally.
I think it was in the news recently, within the last few months, Matt Rife has a girlfriend?
Oh, Mariah Morse?
What's up with that?
She knows the name.
Good question. He says it's not. Okay, well, you guys look really cozy.
What do you think about him and
he's just
Mariah?
eating a cookie?
I don't even know what to think.
Don't tell me you're jealous. Like, genuinely, when you said earlier on, I'm old enough to be your grandmother, how can you be jealous that he's in an age-appropriate relationship? Like, you've just lost the plot here. My ass is in my chest, everyone. Again, I'm the shitty version of Iron Man. Please.
Help me! Help me!
His management made him do it.
Stop.
Is that what he told you?
He says his management team mostly posts everything. He doesn't post.
He did make her get rid of all of her social media.
Why?
Months back. Because he...
Like, obviously, in a situation outside of a scam, if you're with someone who tells you to delete social media, that's a red flag. Run away. Because what are you trying to do? You're already displaying controlling levels up the wazoo here. And I've never understood people who try and change someone. If you want to be in a relationship with this person, you accept them for who they are. And don't get it misconstrued, right? There's some people that seem to twist my words to fit their narrative. If that person is being detrimental to themselves in one behavior or another, yes, you work together to change that particular aspect, right? Maybe it's getting together and exercising to stay fit and stuff. Obviously, there's those reasons. But I'm more talking about when I see all these men talk about, oh, would you let your girlfriend wear this out to the club? Big man, you knew the type of person that she was before this, what she likes to wear. But now you're in this relationship. She's no longer allowed to wear this. And it goes both ways as well, right? Just, you get into a relationship with someone because you like them. Not because you think you can change them and mold them into your perfect partner. Get a grip. Nancy, get a grip. I can't explain to you just how cringe I find her, by the way. Yes, I recognize I'm cringe. Some people will find me cringe, and that's okay. So I find her so cringe listening to her speak. I want to claw out my ears.
Those stories every day, for the most part.
Mostly on Instagram.
Mostly on Instagram.
Well, I still have Instagram.
Well, you got a new one because I was like, you need to at least follow him.
Oh.
To see where he's at. See if the stories line up.
I've talked to him on the phone. We've videoed each other, but never FaceTimed.
What do you mean videoed each other, but not FaceTime?
AI.
I mean, he'll send me a video of
I
himself.
see what you're saying.
My love, my heart, my forever, happy Valentine's Day, my beautiful wife. No matter how far apart we are, my love for you knows no distance.
I will tell you, it sounds like Matt Rife. However, it's very robotic.
Yes.
Not only have you not had a FaceTime, you've never had a proper phone call with him.
What does he say the reason is why he can't?
Even though she just said she had phone calls with him, so she's lying. That's nice.
Because I'm not divorced.
Aw, my heart breaks.
That's the big deal.
You cheater.
I'm not divorced.
You cheater.
So he asked you to marry him with that ring?
No. That's a ring he initially sent me.
In the mail?
Yes.
Do you have it?
Yes.
Can you take it out?
Yeah. I took it to my jeweler because I'm going, this thing doesn't even have a hallmark on it. What's...
Yeah, because Hallmark has already taken this case and is making it into a ridiculous movie. Forget the Hallmark on the ring, mate. I just find it interesting and fascinating that you believe that this supposed love of yours isn't going to come and give you the ring in person. Just mail it. The romance is off the charts.
Went on. And he said, oh no. Okay, so the reason I don't wear it is because
your husband,
whatever the metal is.
Oh.
I think it's like nickel and something, a couple of different metals together. And it had been dusted with like white gold dust. Well, as soon as that wore off, it starts turning my finger green. And that was my thing, you know, it's like he's going, I want to pick something out. And I go, I don't get a say in this.
But then the ring in this video right here,
different.
I hope you don't mind me asking.
That's not the same ring.
It's a different ring.
Did he ask your ring size before he sent it, or?
Yeah. I mean, I have said all of my life, I will never get a tattoo, ever. I won't do that to myself.
But you have a tattoo there.
And one day, I was driving past a tattoo place.
Oh, she's choking herself
and
out.
I just pulled in. And I had them
That's
put
so
the
cringe.
the MSR on my ring finger.
Again, that's MSG. This isn't flavorful. I tell you, it's distasteful, if anything. So the MSG hasn't worked. I can't stress enough. Like, where is the husband here? Does he still live here, or has he left? I hope he's left, because if he is having to still be in this house, and bloody, or are they in the brother's house or something? I think so. Her brother's house. I don't know. My head's twisted at this point. But imagine seeing your partner, whilst you're still together, tattoo someone else's name on their ring, on their finger. And I think that's the ring finger, no less, by the way. So you've symbolized eternal marriage by doing that. Oh my God. Like, I'd sue her or something. Can he go court? Like, surely this would stand in the divorce court. Like, you pay me now for this trauma you've caused me.
Which is Matthew Stephen Rife.
For Matt Rife?
Mm-hmm. So I did something that's probably, way out of line, but I don't care.
Yeah. Well,
and then I told him.
Surely that sums up this entire episode then. F it, I don't care. So then why should anyone else care? Do you know what I mean?
Wow. Was he surprised?
He was. But he was also okay with it.
Yeah, because it's a
I can come down to
scammer.
LA. And yeah, the first time I've ever really been in love. I get on such a high from it.
That's crazy.
Everything else goes by the wayside. Matt is just, he's like my core right now.
He's 29 years old.
As you can see, we had quite the task ahead of us. Nancy was even deeper than we could imagine.
He's 29.
We felt we had enough information about how Nancy got to this point with this Matt Rife profile. So we decided to dig in a little deeper. Nancy had sent $60,000. We needed to figure out how she sent it and who received it.
Where did money come into play?
He needed, I don't know, was always needing
Do you remember what the first thing was?
The first thing? No, do you?
First thing he asked you for money for was because his management was not releasing any of his money to him.
All of his money was tied up by his previous management team.
What's that got to do with Nancy?
Put everything in their names as opposed to his name. No news. There's nothing online about it. And now he's in this court case trying to get everything back. Therein lies the, I got no money. Yeah, well, you just did a world tour. I think you probably made some bank on that.
We went to one of his shows.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where
it was packed. LA? Maybe the second, third row, we were really close to him.
I thought he'd send us free tickets by now.
Why? He's not even near here.
I'd take you to Vegas to go watch his show.
He's not in Vegas anymore. What? It was in Amsterdam I think it was Amsterdam. Yeah, somewhere over there. Doing a show.
I mean, she raises a good point, Amanda, to be honest. Your love of your life, who's a comedian, isn't giving you free tickets. Like, you don't even have to be lovey-dovey in case that's what the management is scared of. But front row, like he just doesn't interact with you at least. Why not?
And he was outside, and I guess he put his phones down. He had a couple of phones down on a bench, and he was talking to me on one of his phones. And somebody clipped his other phone.
Yeah, because he's an idiot.
God. How
what
is
do you
that
mean?
My fault?
Like, nobody do that, please. You don't talk to someone on the phone and you just leave it right there next to you. Are you dumb?
Rhetorical question, Morty. The answer's yes.
Why didn't you put your phone in your pocket?
Yeah, true.
How
about you put intimate parts back in your pocket because you're screaming very, very creepy.
It's your fault because you guys were on a phone call and he was distracted?
Yeah. He wasn't paying attention. So it's my fault.
Shut up.
Does he do that very often or no?
No.
How do you feel about that he's blaming you?
I didn't like it at all. And I told him, I go, I don't have anything to do with your phone being gone. I'm not there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not taking, no. I'm not going to hold that.
Yeah.
But now it's my problem because you need money to get another phone. And I'm
Well, it's
going,
not your problem.
I can buy you a phone here.
I think people maybe misconstrue this whole "it's my problem" thing. No, if you make it your problem, it's your problem. Like, even if he says to you, do this, I need it, you've accepted it. And then I see a lot of comments of people saying, this isn't victim. This is someone who's willing, able. They've chosen to do what they've do. To do what they've do. Do brains.
It's funny because it's true.
And you can pick it up at the nearest Apple store, wherever the hell you are. I just need to know. Didn't want to do that.
Oh, my heart breaks for you, Nancy. I love the ominous
sent him
music.
Gift cards so he could get it. I'd scratch off the silver part on the back or front or wherever it is, and I'd just take a picture of it and send it to him. And then he did whatever he did with it.
Yeah.
And that was the way with all of them. Sometimes you just get to a point where you go, whatever.
No.
But you gotta ask questions, right? Like,
sorry, earlier on when I was getting angry that she's just chucking around money, then it's not exclusive to her, it's all the victims who chuck around money. You get to a point where you just say whatever. Doesn't that just mean she's got too much money then? Whatever, 60k, 100k, whatever. Give it to me. Share it. Do something positive in the world. Please, donate to a charity. Volunteer with some kids or something. Get a grip.
I mean, if something doesn't make sense.
Well, I do.
If there's stupid stuff somebody's asking
you
you
just
to do,
didn't.
like, you gotta ask questions,
Yeah.
I very strongly dislike her.
Yeah. You're right.
It's like a teenager.
Nancy sent thousands of dollars through gift cards.
Like, I'm watching a teenager, bro. She's doing this facial, like, yeah. Like, when you tell off a teenager and they're trying to maybe conjure up some kind of smarky remark in their head. Get a grip. I'm speaking about teenagers as if I'm, like, far away from them, but...
She was even sending money through the mail. We needed some names and some leads to help track down the cash that she sent.
Yeah, and then I sent him cash.
Yeah, she's just always choking herself out, man.
Like in the mail?
Yeah, in the mail, U.S. mail. I didn't send cash to him. I sent it to his assistant.
What's his assistant's name?
Michelle.
Brenda. Oh.
And then where does Michelle live?
All the Michelles in the comments, you're now getting a bad name as well.
Phoenix, Arizona.
Did you send cash to Michelle previously before that?
I think I sent $1,000 previously before that, yeah.
Why?
And she got that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
because
but why?
She spread it out.
Oh, she
and
did?
took a picture.
And then she texted you?
Yeah, and sent me a picture. I know the last one was $2,000, and it never made it there, which had been my fear all along. It's like, dude, I don't like sending money in the mail.
So why did you do it?
It's just begging to be stolen.
So it never made it, so somebody stole it?
Yeah, it just disappeared.
It didn't.
I don't know her.
The scammer got the money probably and just told you that it's been stolen. But I can't stress to everyone enough that if you're scared of doing something that has ramifications like this, refrain from doing it, or at least consider your options of what else can be done. If you're scared, for example, of taking a risk and creating content, for example, do it. That's a different type of fear that it will always be there, but when you start, it'll go away. When you have fears of sending money to someone that you've never met in person, take that fear, lick it or something. It's true. By the way, I feel like it's fitting to bring out the red flag for this. So I'm going to keep it on my lap like a good purr, purr. Sit right there.
I've never met her. I've never spoken to her.
Do you have Michelle's address?
I probably
might have to dig in there a little bit.
I mean, unless you can find something in there.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
you don't have any
hopefully-
surprising pictures, do
Yeah.
you?
No.
No
right
ding
here.
dongs.
Got it.
No
you find an
long
address?
schlongs.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's in your pictures.
So Angie,
Oh, good.
Nancy was starting to open up to us more. When she handed her phone over to Brienne and David, they were able to find Michelle's phone number and address. Nancy had been sending boxes of cash to who she thought was Matt Rife's assistant, who went by the name of Michelle. But the addresses linked back to the owner of the home. Her name was Angie.
Oh god, Angie looks AI generated, by the way. So that in itself is a bit of a concern. Just wanted to go back to Nancy's picture here, please. I'm tired of seeing the house. Fade away, please. Isn't Nancy's picture here somewhat edited? I don't know, again, if you can see or not. I'll move out the way. My legs are getting a workout. Can you see? Well, I swear to you, Nancy don't look that touched up and polished in the actual interview that we're witnessing, or chat on the couch. If that's her profile picture online, you are a catfish as well. You're a cheating catfish who is a scumbag who never really loved her husband but still married him for reasons, but also a creep. A cheating... What was the other C? Cheating, creep, something. I don't... You're all of them.
Michelle. But the addresses linked back to the owner of the home. Her name was Angie, but the money trail didn't end there.
Matt sent me 2 checkbooks that have my name on them.
is this check right here?
That's illegal.
Yeah, that was the mobile
Surely.
deposit that came back.
Oh, and it bounced.
Have you called this bank BECU to see if you have an account with them?
No.
Good one.
I mean, who sends their checkbooks to somebody? Especially somebody you haven't really even met.
Why don't you ask yourself these questions and consider the fishiness of it all? Why you sat there on this couch so nonchalantly asking this question? When if you are asking this question, it means you've been thinking about this. So why continue?
Yeah. Scary, for sure.
It's like you throw these checkbooks at me, tell me, do what I need to do. And then the first one I write comes back? Come on.
Yeah.
And I'm going, where is this bank anyway? Who are these people?
So this is the bill from checks.com that this came from?
I have no idea. I've never even seen this.
So you paid for your own checks. You just didn't know it.
That would be bullshit.
So they're saying you ordered the checks, but the payment was declined. And so they're sending you a bill for it.
Lol.
That's rude.
Why would
You're
Matt do
rude.
that to you?
So,
And it's in a bank that you've never even heard of.
But also using the story that this is money you're going to put into buying a house together through the Apple gift cards.
nice.
Yeah, so apparently there's a house in LA somewhere that has my name on it.
Interesting.
Mine and his.
Mm.
I don't know where. I got booted out of the Apple store. They wouldn't let me buy any more gift cards. I've got already 4 credit cards that are closed because I charged everything on my credit cards. They're at their limit. And then my bank got mad at me and everything goes to the fraud department now.
You know, I've just been thinking in the back of my head, not really related to what's happening right now, but I can't bring myself to even imagine how it must feel for the husband to spend this many years with her, and every time she might have said, I love you or something, just like slowly chipping away at his heart. If he's watching this, if you're somehow watching the commentary, sometimes people end up finding these. I think it's probably in your best interest, man, that you do get away from Nancy, to be honest. I don't think it's... Of course, it sucks to have a marriage end like this, but you well and truly could argue that this wasn't even a marriage to begin with. So I extend my heart, my love and strength to him. And that's it. That's what I wanted to pause for.
It's a lot. It's very emotional. It's very draining. It's very... it's just overwhelming at times. Just all the emotions that are mixed in with, you know, with Mandy and with the kids. And
Nancy, does it make sense why your family is approaching this relationship this way?
Yeah. I mean, if she was doing it, I'd be all over her.
So what
My granddaughter was doing it, I'd be all over her.
So you're just admitting here that the potential of being intimate with such a younger man, you can't tell me there's anything else here. I'm sorry. I'd find it hard to believe that there's any other aspect that she's holding out for. You're such a creep, honestly. Now, you could easily have just used this money, seen a sex worker of a 29-year-old if you really wanted to, you creepy little individual. But at least that would have been a better use of money. Nobody would have, you know, well, people would have been hurt. You're already a cheater at this point, so I don't really, you know, it's not like, oh, she's cheated by seeing a sex worker. You've already cheated. So, I can't stress enough, by the way, to anyone who is perhaps falling out of love in their relationship. Leave first. No doubt there's circumstances where it's difficult to leave, such as in abusive relationships, but I hope you can seek professional support to help you leave before doing or starting another relationship, because it's just in your best interest to do that. You don't get labeled as a cheater, for one, but in abusive relationships, you know, God forbid the other person finds out that this has been going on and they perhaps get more abusive. So I feel like it's in everyone's best interest, if you're falling out of love, work on exiting that relationship first.
So I get why they're all over me. I don't like it, but I get it. And sometimes I just like, I don't want to hear it. Mm-hmm. I'll go and close the door.
So you're a child.
And you may think I'm a doormat for him, but I'm not.
Okay.
I fight back.
Yeah, well done. 100K worth of fighting back, huh? Yeah, definitely that's how you fight back. If you fight back like that in the octagon, UFC, MMA, I don't think you're getting back up off the mat. What you're describing is not fighting back. It's quite literally laying down, letting willy-nilly happen to you. You are a doormat.
If it's not healthy, it's not healthy. Just because you mouth off back doesn't mean it's healthy.
Yeah,
Facts.
I know.
Oh, you just know everything, do you?
It would...
Hold on, Amanda. She knows everything, but is still in this situation. Helen University. It couldn't get any worse. You know, once you enroll in Helen University, there's no coming back for you. I'm sorry.
My heart's so good to be able to tell my kids, she's done with it. It's over.
Well, what if the truth isn't what you want?
Yeah, I told you, Mom, if this is Matt Rife, regardless of how he treats you, I will leave you to it. If that's your plan after the divorce and the sale of the house and he's real, I'll help you pack.
Can't this just be real and let me be happy and move on with my life? Get this divorce behind me, get this house sold, and go have a happy life for a while? You know? Just for a little while?
Shut up.
Don't I deserve that?
I don't know.
I do.
Well, you've answered yourself. So why are you asking the question? So
doing any kind of large amounts of money is that you're going to get talked out of it, even if you think you cannot be talked out of it. Because the things that you've like justified in your mind to be able to do things is like, you know. I know myself pretty well.
Yeah, okay.
And I know that this money that I'm getting from the house and from my retirement account when it's unfrozen is everything that I will ever have.
These people know that you don't have money though, and are still taking it from you every chance they get.
You shut up. Look, you see how she's like, it looks like her soul has left her body there. Welcome to the club. I just need to reiterate that if anyone is looking at this relationship and thinking, even if it was real, they'd be good together. No, because the quote-unquote Matt Rife in this situation is financially abusing her. So if this was real, it's still a shitty relationship to be a part of. So I hope everyone recognizes that.
Giving it anymore.
How much time do you have before you have the money?
Once it goes on the market, it'll probably sell within a couple of weeks.
So here's what I'm thinking. We have a lot to research. We have a very short period of time to do it. We'll go back to the hotel, we'll regroup, we'll start digging into the...
By the way, you've said you've got a short amount of time. I swear they've been sat here potentially for ages because it looks like it's dark outside now.
And then we'll schedule some time to like stop by, run through everything with you, and I think we'll have everything you need tomorrow.
All right, Seekers, it was time to get to work. We were able to pull an address and a phone number to try and get in contact with Michelle, aka the woman that Nancy had been mailing all this cash to. We were even able to retrieve multiple videos and poems she received from this Matt Rife profile. David was also able to snag some of the images of the engagement ring. It was time to get to work on looking into some of this stuff. We got back to the hotel that night and Brienne and David began to dig in.
Have you been communicating with someone online, but something just doesn't feel right?
I mean, it definitely ain't Jesse J.
We're here to help. Our expert search specialist can investigate your case and help you uncover the truth. And don't worry, this is completely private and confidential, and is separate from our YouTube channel.
Unless you want some 15 minutes of infamy, then you can be on the YouTube channel.
Oh my.
Does not mean it will be featured on our YouTube. If you need answers, click the link in this episode's description to submit your case now. We're here to help you get the clarity you deserve.
The next morning, we all sat down to go over the game plan.
Well, long night for you two, huh?
What a table.
Yeah. We're gonna go sit down with Nancy today. How y'all feeling as far as research?
Oh, he's on Slack.
I'm feeling really good about what she has provided. I mean, there's so much here. So we have so much to look into in regard to videos, pictures, the ring, these people that she's sent cash in the mail to. So we have a lot of points to look into.
Last night before I went to bed, I reached out to an agent friend of mine that's in Hollywood, and great news, like got back to me this morning, and I was able to get Matt Rife's agent's cell phone number.
Wow.
So I called her, she didn't answer, but then I sent a follow-up text message. So fingers crossed that she responds.
We have to hit home with this research because that $2 million, dude, she's in so deep with this person that I genuinely feel like she would send it.
Yeah, and this person's just waiting out for her to sell her home and she gets the big payout.
Did you see the look in her face yesterday when we were going through like the statements, and she had like overdrafted her credit cards to charge $2,700 for iTunes gift cards? That was one statement that we saw. Like, we didn't see anything else. I just have this gut instinct that if she had the money, she would send it. So I have a surprise for you guys. I started researching early this morning. I found Matt Rife's house.
What?
Wow.
She says she owns a house with Matt Rife. I'm gonna follow these records and I'm gonna see if that's real or not.
Okay.
It's crazy.
So she had sent money in the mail. So my suspicion is that these people are either money mules or they're involved somehow. But one thing that really stuck out, and I'm really glad that we are there, is that she said she was sending money to this Michelle person. But when I was able to find the UPS tracking code, so there was a CO on there for Angie, I figure we could look up both those people. Let's try to call them. From there, you do your magic, you're good on the phone with people, and we'll see if they'll give us some information on like why they received the money or how they're involved, or maybe they're a victim.
It's interesting that both of them are supposedly supposed to be at the same address, right?
Exactly.
One of them has to either know the other person or they don't know each other at all. Plus, I thought it was weird when we were reading the text messages between Nancy and Michelle. She was calling her Miss Rife and telling her to do this with the money and that with the money.
So I think we can look into it and see if this Michelle person actually works for Matt Rife, if she's really in Phoenix, Arizona, along with this Angie person.
Also, wouldn't it be Mrs. Rife? Miss Rife sounds like that's his sister or something. I don't know what's happened there. Well done, scammer.
We'll be able to find that out for sure.
Alleged scammer.
After coming up with a game plan, David and Brienne got to work and found a number attached to this Angie person. It was time to finally get some answers.
So I found her address and her phone number. I think we should just give her a call before we go sync up with Nancy and Amanda.
So there really is somebody that lives there.
There really is someone by that first and last name that lives at that address.
All right, let's call him.
All right. Hi, may I speak to Angie?
This is her.
Hi, Angie. My name's Brienne. Do you have a moment? I just have a few questions for you.
Sure.
Right. Surely you'd say, this is Brienne from XYZ. If that was me, I can't lie, I'm probably saying, no, who are you? Right?
So I'm reaching out because I am calling you on behalf of a client by the name of Nancy. Do you know who Nancy is?
Like, there's no...
Yes.
Okay.
Nancy has passed.
Nancy has passed. How do you know a Nancy?
Oh?
Stick around until the end. We'll learn more about this mysterious woman that claims Nancy had passed away.
This is wild.
And reveal everything we were able to uncover about this Matt Rife profile to Nancy and help her come to terms.
My thoughts right now on that
Didn't ask.
is that probably she is a money mule of some kind. Maybe the scammer has told her, I need money because Nancy funeral or something. It's interesting.
We found your ring, the exact ring, on Temu.
If you like this video, please consider subscribing. And once you've done that, give this video a like too.
Can you like this video as well, please?
If you're looking to contact us and you think you might need our help finding out who you're communicating with online, or maybe you need help breaking through to a friend or a family member, don't hesitate to reach out to our email. Share my story at socialcatfish.com. We can help you find the answers you've been looking for. After the team had did some more digging, we had finally felt confident in what we were able to find. We packed up everything and took a drive back to Nancy's house. We had a lot to reveal.
It's go time.
It's go time. What is this music?
Knock, knock.
This music seems as if we're trekking through a jungle or something. Is it a metaphor that this story is an absolute nightmare and we're looking through the underbrush? Ah! What is that? I don't know what I was looking at there. Maybe I've just found Nancy's brain. But it's interesting music choice.
How are you?
Hey! Oh, we got red solo cups. Hey, we got red solo cups up in this business. Yay!
I'm sure is what Amanda and also you, Nancy, have been waiting for.
Let's get it over with. The sooner it's done, the sooner I can deal.
What I did yesterday is, like, when we were sitting down, I went and took a bunch of pictures of the ring, right? Because I want to see, okay, where did it come from? So I took the pictures and uploaded them to our reverse image search. And when I uploaded them to our reverse image search, I got this.
Nice. What a lover.
Temu is this website where you can just buy cheap things. We found your ring, the exact ring.
Why is she so happy about that?
It was in Kuwait dollars. We converted that to US dollar, and it was like $1. Yeah, so $1.63.
What a ring.
Awesome. Big spender.
Yes. Hey, you can't tell me that she ain't hit the jackpot. You can't.
I'm not really sure why I was given that ring, to be honest with you. I think it was more like a promise ring. And, if this is all just, just a pile of bad news, then I will treat it as such.
What? Seekers, we were just getting started.
What's she on
We
about?
had a list of bad news, or information to go over with Nancy. It seemed like she was prepared for the worst, but this was just the beginning.
The person that you were talking to had claimed that you guys had owned a house together. We can look at house records and we can see if somebody else owns other properties under their name. I want to show you how this works. This is your house and this is your home ownership. So when I looked it up, it only showed that you own this home, right? You don't own any home. So I'm able to say, hey, this is the home address, and then we can go into property records and do all the other stuff. Somebody who owns multiple properties, this is what it would look like if they had multiple properties under their name. You would see all the different properties that are here. Everything is associated. I found a house that Matt Rife owns.
He owns a few.
I found a house in Matt's hometown.
Ohio?
In Ohio. And so this is the house that he owns, that he purchased.
When did he purchase it?
So he's owned it for a while. If there was an instance where you owned property with Matt Rife, then one of two things would happen. You would be on the deed, right? Or there would be a corporation that you would have signed papers for, and I don't think that happened.
No.
Right. Under Matt Rife and under yourself, there's only one property that's there. So there's zero.
There is one.
There is one that is in his name, but it's in his hometown.
Okay.
For a year, Nancy had been sending all of this money thinking she was investing in a home and Matt Rife had purchased together.
It's nice.
But that just wasn't the case. She seemed to be at ease as we were going through all of the information with her, but now it was time to go over the videos that she had received.
When he sent you those videos, how did they make you feel, Nancy?
I think it's with anybody, anytime someone does something for you.
No.
And it's supposed to be a feel-good thing. So that's all that I really take from them is the feel-good that I get from them. Because from the videos, I don't think I've gotten any bad ones that have made me feel bad.
What the hell?
My forever. Happy Valentine's Day.
Wouldn't that make you feel fucking awesome?
We are. My love for you knows no distance. It stretches across every mile.
I'm sorry, but first of all, I find it very ironic that you're talking about feel good and all this, when earlier on you just outed yourself as not even loving your husband the entire marriage. So, feel good. Wouldn't that make you feel effing awesome? But you don't seem to care about other people's feelings, rather just yourself. But I find it so cringe that she just believes he would send any other type of video. He'd send you a video, cussing you out, would he? Oh, you're this, XYZ, you're a donkey. Why? I don't think anyone does that. So, I'm not really understanding your point there.
It's a lot of nice things.
Yeah.
We found the videos that you were sent.
So I took a screenshot from this video here, and I ran it through our website, and I ran a reverse image search on this, and I had received this.
And there's absolutely nothing I hate more than talking to my fucking phone to do a video. But I have to because shows are selling out super fast for this year's tour. And I'm going to post an updated flyer. It's going to be on the next slide. It has all this year's cities and dates on this. Get your tickets while you can. They're moving fast. And I want to see you guys. So get a babysitter, get parking, get dinner, get on a good dress, or don't. Come naked. I don't care. Here's the flyer. I'll see you there.
So that's his voice. So this technically doesn't sound...
My love, my heart, my forever.
It sounds altered.
No matter how far
Does?
Yeah, if she can't hear that, if you can't hear the distinction between his genuine voice and this watered down robotic nature, are you in love? No. Once again, we go back to the creep aspect, and you can't tell me she doesn't just want him because she finds him good looking.
There's no change in his pitch, in his voice.
And Matt Rife has a lot of personality.
Oh, yeah.
Animated.
Right?
Very animated,
Yeah.
What this person did, that you're talking to, took this video here.
Shows are selling out super fast for this year's tour. And I'm going to post an updated flyer.
And they used AI software, ran this through the AI software using a voice similar to Matt Rife's.
I just went to a website that does these types of videos, and I actually created my own video of you. I just took a picture of you and I just want to show you how easy this is, okay?
This is just taking a picture, right, and then generating something. Imagine if you have audio, like a TikTok audio where you can do it, but your lips are moving.
Hi, my name is Nancy. I love all of you and I live in San Jose.
So the software is literally taking it and then generating whatever they want.
What are you thinking?
I don't know what to think. Obviously, you guys know. You've figured it out, so why shouldn't I believe you? That's what you do for a business.
Good question.
Do you believe us?
Do you believe?
Yeah.
Do you want to go over the poems?
I'm sure those are plagiarized.
Yeah, they scream
I
of
took
Pinterest,
the poem
bro.
itself, started typing it into Google, and it's just a
It is
million
Pinterest.
poems popped up. That was
course.
the same exact one that you sent. But here's the other poem as well.
I know my Pinterest.
Yeah.
Pinterest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything that this Matt Rife profile had sent Nancy was one big fat lie.
Hold on a second. Since when has there been an emoji with heart eyes, eyebrows, and drooling? That's just changed the game, hasn't it? My Apple, what you got going on? I don't think it's real, but someone let me know in the comments. Maybe ask yourself, why do you know if that exists? What are you doing?
You naughty, naughty. You teasing me, you naughty, naughty.
Just because she believes, I still get the feeling that she's not going to care and still want to pay for this fantasy, but, you know, that's just me at this point.
The videos, poems, and the house he bought her were all found on Google and were downloadable. Now it was time to reveal who Nancy had been sending all of this cash in the mail to.
So we're not done.
Well, I know.
The other part of this is you've been talking to Michelle. So we found out who Michelle is.
We spoke to Michelle and Angie.
Oh.
Both of them. So we thought we would chat with Angie first.
Her reaction was interesting there.
May I speak to Angie?
This is her.
Hi, Angie. My name's Brienne. Do you have a moment? I just have a few questions for you.
Again,
I'm
that's just
reaching out
suspicious.
because I am calling you on behalf of a client by the name of Nancy. Do you know who Nancy is?
Yes.
Okay.
Nancy has passed.
Yeah, guys, we saw
Nancy has passed. How do you know a Nancy?
We saw this earlier, guys. What's going on?
And she hung up. So then I had to message her back. I had to share a video of myself letting her know who I was and then what our YouTube channel was.
Hey Angie, my name is Brienne and I have a YouTube channel, Catfished Online. I'll send you the link below. I'm reaching out to you because I believe you are part of an online romance scam. Nancy is not deceased. We are working with Nancy and I would love for the opportunity to speak with you about this. We also have a bunch of other information we were able to uncover. So if you could please reach out to me, text me, call me back. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks.
You see, I don't know, because this Angie individual, we don't know, like, context about her and anything, but let me know in the comments. I feel like maybe if she explained who she was in the call, maybe she would have been more willing to continue. But that's just maybe. It's just fishy. Hello, I'm this person. Can I ask you questions? Me personally, I would hang up the phone. But let me know your thoughts.
She called me back.
Okay, that's good.
This is Angie. Okay, so I'm confused here.
Hi, Angie.
See, after explaining who you are, you know?
So I'm thinking of Nancy is who I thought you meant.
Oh, okay. Yeah, her name is Nancy.
I have no idea who that is. That's weird.
By chance, are you talking to anybody online?
No.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay, one of our clients, Nancy, had reached out to us. She shared your information because she had sent cash in a package to your address.
Never had that.
Well,
okay. Michelle, and then she says, that's my roommate. She was actually sending the package to a Michelle.
Oh, okay, yes, that's my roommate.
Oh, that's your roommate. So it's interesting because on the package it says Michelle, care of Angie.
Yeah, right, because I live here, so she lives with me.
Oh, okay. I asked, is your roommate talking to someone online? She said, yes, she is. Okay, do you know if Michelle is talking to someone online?
Yes, she is, and let me get her right now because, OMG,
What?
this is crazy.
I-
Michelle.
And so we got on a phone call with Michelle.
Here's Michelle right now. Could you just tell her what you just told me about?
Hi, Michelle. My name is Brianne.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm a little pain, but that's neither here nor there. What's
Yeah,
going
true.
on now?
Yeah, what's going on? Come on.
The reason why I reached out is because we are on this journey on behalf of our client, Nancy. Nancy is talking to somebody online, and the person that she's talking to had prompted her to send cash in the mail to you and your address. Do you know who Nancy is?
I've heard of that name, yeah.
Okay. By chance, are you talking to somebody online?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Would you mind if I ask who you're talking to?
Oh, I'm not sure who they are now. They say that they're Matt Rife, though.
What? Wow. And Michelle said that she is talking to Matt Rife.
Oh, Matt's a cheater.
And that's her boyfriend.
That's her boyfriend.
That's her boyfriend.
Oh, get a grip. You've said that as if, you're actually together and he's genuinely cheating. Get a grip.
That's interesting. She's always been his associate.
She said that you are his associate. The information I want to share with you is that Nancy is also under the belief that she's talking to Matt Rife.
Right, and I was under the belief that she was one of his co-workers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this kind of
so
just
Nancy
same
was
story.
also told that you were one of his coworkers.
Switched
Oh,
around.
really now?
She shared that she had also been receiving money to different people.
So Michelle sent us all the transactions that she's been getting. So she's been getting money from Tamala, from Michelle, and then from you.
From me.
Oh.
So she's lost $30,000.
Did you by chance get a ring?
Yeah, a $2 ring and some shoes. They turned my finger green, that's why.
Oh my gosh, that is the same exact thing Nancy said.
Bro, scammer turned buying that ring from Temu into a Costco operation. Yeah, bulk buy the rings, mate.
Is it the same ring?
It's the same ring.
Oh.
Me.
She was the one who
Stop
paid for
swearing, man.
What, all the $1.62?
it. $1.62.
She
What more
opened
could
up
you
the
want?
package and she said there was a receipt in there and she saw that there was the other ring.
So Nancy's lost $60,000. Have you lost any money?
Yeah.
Do you mind me asking how much you've
I
lost?
don't even know to tell you the truth.
Oh no. And then you're talking to this person even like right now, right?
I've been like around 11 o'clock, 11:30.
These are the messages that he just sent her. She just sent him money today.
So I think it's safe to say at this point, I mean, we're not going to refer to him as Matt. We're going to refer to him as scammer.
Correct.
Everything all made sense now. The scammer was using both Michelle and Nancy to move his money. Both victims were led to believe one another worked for Matt Rife. This is why they were so comfortable with sending the money in the mail to each other.
No.
After the cash was sent through the mail, Michelle and Nancy would then forward it off to the fake Matt Rife profile through gift cards. This helped wash this person's hands with any money being transferred between the two, as gift cards are almost impossible to trace. At this point, we had answers for every single question Nancy had. Now it was up to her to want to believe it all.
Do you believe them? Who? Everybody here. Okay. Because just like, I know you've referred to him as Matt and him, but could be.
Well, I've been doing it for almost a year. It's a little hard to just go, the scammer that I'm hooked up with.
Right. No, I get that.
Yeah.
We would just want to make sure that we slam this door shut when we leave here.
Well, you're slamming it pretty hard.
So you're committed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we do deal with this a lot.
We'll
and
see.
so the thing is like this has been a part of your life for the last year, right? So it's habitual. if you go back to that, like, you're just going to get caught up into this. What's going to happen, you're going to be sitting at the house alone, you're going to be bored, you're going to be on your phone, and another Matt Rife is going to pop up.
Hey, she might even like that. She loves to be alone, as she said, so...
And that's going to replace this Matt Rife, because this is not the first Matt Rife you've talked.
No, it's not. I think this is the third.
Yeah. People like this thing.
It just gets worse. Like, I don't understand how after the first one just ends up in flames. You think the second one, yeah, maybe he's come back for redemption. Oh, third time's the charm. It doesn't seem like you have grasped the severity of this all. And that's why I believe she will continue to be scammed. But, hey ho. Also, it's interesting that she loves to be alone. Now, of course, I always say the right person at the right time will come into your life and they'll make you see things in a different way. Perhaps you weren't looking for love, but this individual changed your mind on it. I get that. But I find it interesting that she was so passionate about being alone, but a 29-year-old piqued her interest. I don't think that should be swept under the rug, by the way. It's creepy AF.
Prey on people like you, right? So they know you're single, they know you're in a situation like most people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, they have more money, right? Because you've been working hard your whole life, and they're after that money from you. And so anybody who randomly messages you is probably a red flag. And if you enjoy talking to people online, there's nothing wrong with that, but you should do it in a healthy way with somebody who's real, that you can have coffee with every once in a while if you want to meet up.
Not with somebody I've never seen.
Yeah, especially somebody who won't FaceTime you. How can somebody be traveling the world and be on social media and create videos and all this stuff and they can't FaceTime you?
And he is a celebrity with millions of net worth. You know, let's not gloss over that. You're a regular, degular, schmegular civilian, and you are much older. I understand they can't really go at that point because obviously you open up unprofessionalism or something. This channel is entirely unprofessional. We need to address that. Like, if I was perhaps her therapist or something, I'm asking her, why do you feel... Obviously, if I'm a therapist, I can't say, you're a creep, stop it. That doesn't work. So I'd ask her, why do you feel you were attracted to a 29-year-old? If she answers, hey, I just found him attractive, I'd ask her, if this was someone who is age appropriate to you, would you still find them interesting or attractive? And we'll go from there, do you know? Ask questions so that she can answer it.
Red flag.
Yeah.
You're getting ready to come into a very large amount of money, right? You're getting ready to sell your house. You're getting your 401k, right? And the thing is these guys are just probably young kids somewhere halfway across the world, and they're just spending your money. Like,
well, it could be American.
And they're just going to keep targeting you. Yeah. So always keep in the back of your mind that your money has gone to some random person.
I say
and
that.
They're just spending it however they want to.
Whoa! Know? Have you been watching? Have you been... If anyone obviously supports the videos and watches, you know, deep into them at times, I've always said, you need to picture, before sending money, picture this individual spending it large. Drew. Oh... collab, man.
And if you do it again, that's...
Same thing's gonna happen.
Exactly.
Well, you're left struggling.
I mean, you're in a very fortunate situation because even though you don't have money at the moment, you have assets, right?
Yes.
And their only goal is to separate you from your money. I truly feel that if you had money to you would send it to him, you know?
I don't think I would send him.
I don't believe that.
I don't think now, but I think if we didn't step in, you know, you'd still be sending him money.
Well, sometimes, even after stepping in, if the victim is like drowning in the sea of delusion, even your research doesn't help. Some people, they're just too far gone, you know?
That's why I jumped and like started talking to them so quickly, because I wanted this to happen before you get that money. So that you're not like, oh, well, he'll love me if I send him this, this, or this.
You know, it just seems like extremely cruel what they're doing and all the people they're hurting. I don't know how many years I have. I may have 10, I may have 30.
Obviously, very different scenario. But I just want to point out that what you have done is also very cruel. And you have hurt your husband for many years by especially outing yourself in such a way on this video. That's cruel as well. Now, I'm not saying, hey, because of that, you deserve to get scammed. It's not my prerogative. Life and the universe dish out whatever they want to dish out, yeah? I believe in things coming back around. I'm just saying, it's cruel what you've done as well. So...
I don't know. But I need to have money to function going forward. And
so why did you send it? Like, I love how she goes on these philosophical freaking yellow brick roads when it's you's in control. Like, if you realize all of this, why are you doing it?
This is all I've got.
Yep.
So
I
it's
get
not
it, man.
Going far from me.
She's trying to save face.
I'm actually kind of glad to get this behind me.
Good.
Because I need to, I have so many things I need my attention to go to. And since this isn't real, this is not one of them.
It's a great outlook. Seriously.
That's all I can do.
Imagine how resourceful you've been over the last year to give him $60,000, $70,000. Imagine if you had the same resourcefulness to get the things that you want to get done now.
And that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm just gonna have to switch directions on where my mind's going. And, you know, I have been so mad and so disappointed. And now I'm sitting here going, you know what? I owe you an apology.
It's okay.
Because I know you're just looking out for me, and I couldn't look out for myself. And I appreciate it.
She's closing her eyes. I wish I could do the same right now. Maybe I'll watch the rest of the video with my eyes closed. I got 4 of them, for example. I should be all right. But I'll only close 2 of them. Do you get that? Anyway, let me know in the comments. Timestamp, right? I don't know if I believe what she's saying. Like, she gives me the vibes throughout this whole episode that she will say things to seem in a better light, make herself look better. That's the kind of vibe, that's the kind of person that I've sort of constructed here by watching what we've seen. So let me know your thoughts. We've seen victims like this in the past. I don't know if it's genuine or not, what she's saying.
We weren't real close for a while, so we've been able to, since I've been with her, since she's been sick, we've been kind of rebuilding our relationship.
Well, that's interesting. Surely that factors into what I've just said then. Why haven't you been as close as before? What's happened?
I kind of felt like I might lose that again because she's just was digging her heels in with this. So I have your back. I want nothing but the best for you.
I know that.
And we'll figure this out.
Yep. You know, you guys are very easy to talk to, which makes it nice. You're not threatening. You're
not
just
judgmental.
Yeah, you're just presenting me with information, and I appreciate that. I've been called names and yelled at enough about this whole thing.
I mean, now you have clarity, right? You haven't had a lot of time to process it, but...
So, when the authorities, the police, the adult protection services, when they came over to tell you about all of this, did they call you names? I don't understand what was her point there, really. I don't think they came and slandered you. So, I assume you mean by family members or something. Because I'm not really sure where else someone would have said anything about you.
What's plan B?
Well, I got to get out of this house. I've got to find another place to rent, which I don't know how I'm going to do that because this has totally ruined my credit. Totally. I mean, I've had like almost 900 credit all of my life, and it's down in the 600s, and I'm just sick. You know, because there's nothing I can do to fix it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you need to get rid of that tattoo. Or just say, I really like MSG. Not Madison Square Garden, I tell you that much. But this show would have been a hit in the famous garden. I think it's very important that people really fix themselves into... I don't know where I'm going with what I'm saying, but I think it's really important people look at this story. And obviously, there's many cases of shit going left, right? Maybe you end up in a situation where you're smuggling substances for this other lover, across the world and stuff like that. But this is a good example of how detrimental this online love can be. So I urge everyone to recognize the red flags and act upon them, not just sweep them under the rug for a bit. Maybe it's real, there's a slither of a chance it's genuine. No, look where you can end up. You want to risk that much, this love, for the sake of you not being able to then move and afford another home? Come on. There's police going right now. You can't hear it in the microphone. Come arrest me, guys, because I feel like I've had enough.
I will send no more money, period.
Period?
I don't have it to send. I'm fortunate that I've got a house that I can sell, and I've got a 401k that can
a lot of victims don't.
All right, Seekers, after we finished things up with Nancy, we felt like we got our point across, and she also took in everything well. It honestly felt like mission complete.
Here it comes.
We packed up and flew back home.
Yep.
The next day, David had a plan to use our bank site to track this guy down even further. But all of that went out the window when we got a call from Amanda a few days later.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Drew.
I knew it.
So, you got anything, any update from Nancy and Amanda?
I do have an update. I got home and Amanda messaged me saying that it was urgent.
Okay, so I just got your message.
Come on.
What's going on here?
I said, since the catfish team has been here, have you sent money?
Yes.
She says yes.
Nice.
I said, how much?
$20K.
$400.
All right.
I go, today, right? She goes, yes.
So Amanda shared with me that Nancy is still sending money.
What's the point? Sorry, I've sat here for 55 minutes right now, but longer, actually, when you add in and factor all the times I've waffled. And you've violated me, yeah? I've pulled up my shorts right now, but I'm not going to stand up and show you. That's for another website. You've taken the piss out of everyone that's watched this. How dare you? And obviously, how dare you waste the time of the team, but how dare you do this to us?
This is crazy.
I knew it.
And she's been talking to him just like normal.
I knew it.
Totally, no, she hasn't obviously said anything to him about you.
About you guys coming, whatever, yeah? I said to you, what she's saying is not genuine. It's just trying to save face. Oh, daughter, I know you want what's best for me. I apologize. And then bang! Spit right back in your face.
Wife's coming, and she just spends all day on the phone with them.
Ooh.
Again, she's doing the same thing. I'm like, they came all the way up here and showed you pretty much without a shadow of a
Bro,
doubt.
headbutt the phone, Brie.
Oh, I know. I go, no, you don't know. I go, you don't even know you're dating. She goes, well, I'm not technically dating anybody. I was like, okay, I'm leaving the room.
Leave her, man.
She likes to play stupid.
Yes.
And I just can't. I cannot.
Wow.
Facts.
This is actually nuts. Like, I don't know what else to do. I feel like we took it as far as we could. I don't know what more information she wants.
Personally, I'm disappointed because I felt like we really had a good plan here.
So what did Nancy say? Did you talk to her?
Oh, hold on. I don't want to listen to her anymore, to be honest. She's just going to chat more shit. So I think it's interesting that Nancy sat there saying, oh, you guys weren't judgmental. You just presented me with the information and sort of basically said in a nutshell that if you call her names foolish, etc., like, oh, that's not going to help anyone, right? And a lot of people do the same thing. A lot of people say the exact same thing in the comments, maybe on these videos. But then when you be nice and present information, if the person's too far gone, you just can't help them. So there's no, I just feel like you'd never really know how to navigate a situation with someone. So if you are going to handle it in one way, maybe another person handles it in another way. It's up to the victim, quote unquote victim anyway, if they want to actually listen. So let's just all unite. Yeah?
I did.
Bree's on the phone.
Is that how you spell Bree?
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Bree.
I wouldn't even
How's it
speak to her, to be
going?
honest.
Oh, it's going okay.
Honestly, what's the
Just
point?
okay?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Would you like to share something with Bree? I'm struggling.
Are you?
Yeah.
What are you struggling with?
Not sending money.
Obviously, the notion of addiction is sometimes brought up in commentaries and the videos, in the comments themselves. I do think, obviously, in this instance, she's very much addicted. You can say she's addicted to Matt Rife in particular, but it's an addiction. And of course, you don't just snap your fingers and, the addiction is gone now. So that opens up, maybe a conservatorship might need to be considered. But if Amanda doesn't even, she said she can't do this anymore, is it right to give her control of the finances? I mean, at this point, I ain't got a Scooby how you can help her. And it's one of those unfortunate cases where perhaps you do just leave someone to do what they're going to do, because you've done what you can. You've done what you can? Whatever.
What is he telling you?
He didn't tell me really anything. He just said he needed $400 in Apple Card, so I went and got them.
If you're getting him gift cards, he's just taking the money and he's moving it to other people so they can eventually put it in crypto for him. It's not Matt Rife. Matt Rife's not involved in money laundering and fraud.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe mention to her, you could go jail for this. Maybe she'll change her tune then.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what's the point?
I wanted to tell you this because I think it's really important that you hear it right now.
I appreciate it. I do.
I don't think you do, you liar.
It's hard to hear, but I understand.
No.
Yeah.
Just take some accountability. I'd respect more if you just say, if you cut out, I understand, I appreciate it, etc. I'd respect it more if you just say, I'm just struggling, which she did. But there's no need to sugarcoat it and make yourself again seem in a better light by saying that you appreciate what they're doing, because you don't.
It's just a struggle.
Okay, yes.
I'm sure it is. I mean, this is someone you've been talking to for a long time. You've developed an emotional attachment. I'm saying this because I care about you, Nancy, and I really don't want to see anything bad happen.
Bro, bad things have happened already.
Okay, thank you. I
you don't appreciate it. Stop saying that.
And I just f***ed up today and did it.
You effed up many times.
I just recommended that she block this guy and stop talking to him.
Oh, well.
All right, sounds like a plan. All right, work on that, Amanda, and then just let me know when it's completed, okay?
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, Bree.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Have a good night.
There is no good night here being had, okay? It's morning as I'm recording this, and I'm not having a good morning. I just need to stress that just blocking this account will not do anything if she's fallen for 3 other Matts or 2, whatever. It will happen again. She needs therapy, not only to address her obvious freaking, I'm trying to find the right word.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I feel like she needs therapy to address why she so cruelly mistreated her husband. Yes, it's mistreating, leading him on for that many years, but also therapy into why you keep falling for Matt Rife. There's a level of stalker there, right? There's a level of stan that needs to be addressed. It's interesting because apparently you're not a fan of his work, which then leads me again to the creep aspect of maybe you need to address with a therapist why you are so much trying to pursue such a younger individual. What is it? Why?
You too. Thanks, Bree.
All right, you're welcome. Bye.
What a waste of time. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, this is something that Amanda's going to have to deal with. I mean, I feel like we've taken it as far as we can. What would you do if you were in Amanda's shoes?
Hold on. I think it's important once again to bring up the other victims in this story. Quote unquote, if you're calling Nancy a victim or not, you do you. But Amanda is a victim here because she's having to deal with something that is not in her control. And I feel like a lot of people do in fact forget about the other victims of these stories and just focus on the individual on the screen who is a willing participant most of the time. So I feel for Amanda here, not Nancy.
Monitor my mom, put her
but
on
what,
some
her
sort
life
of
now becomes this?
technology arrest, so to speak, and get power of attorney because she can't be trusted.
You took the words out of my mouth. That's how I feel. I don't know what else this lady wants. I don't know what else she's looking for.
I feel like it's also not just something we can just chuck at Amanda. Yeah, go get power of attorney. How do you know she wants that? Like, we're not I don't think they mean it maliciously. But to anyone maybe saying that, consider the fact maybe Amanda doesn't want to live her life like this. She mentioned having her own children. So, obviously, I don't know the age of the children. Maybe they are at an age where they're looking after themselves, they've got their own place or something. But I wouldn't want to have my life now just essentially looking after my mum's inability to not send someone money. Like, it becomes a case of having to be there all the time when I don't think that's fair on Amanda if she doesn't want that. So, whilst it's something to be considered, of course, it'll have to go through a trial anyway, if Amanda wants it, but I don't feel like Amanda would want that. I don't know.
It's sad that some people that, we try to help are just not willing to be helped.
That's life,
Especially when we've shared all of the facts and we ran all the searches right in front of her. At the end of the day, I do think Amanda should take some precautions and do whatever she can to help her mom from continuing to send all of this money.
Yeah.
So it just falls all on Amanda, does it?
We have a live coming up. Be there. We're going to talk to Amanda and hopefully get Nancy on there too. So
why?
Don't miss it.
Why? After our investigation, we attempted to send an IP tracker to the scammer through Michelle, but unfortunately they never clicked the link. We believe Nancy may have warned the scammer about our involvement, hampering our ability to track them down. Despite everything, Nancy is still in contact with the scammer and has sent even more money. I think it's also crucial to point out here that she's seemingly happy with continuing to speak to a criminal because Bree flat out mentioned this is money laundering and she's still willingly participating. So, could you argue she needs arresting? Like, What an absolute waste of time. Meanwhile, Amanda continues to fight for her mum. Respect. She recently sent this message to Brienne. Thanks, Bri. I'm waiting for Adult Protective Services to call me back. Since this will be the third time contacting them, I'm hoping they will figure out how to help me. I can't give up yet. I really want to give up. I just don't want to have any regrets. I feel like if someone says, I really want to give up, someone needs to intervene and help them, right? In many cases, in many situations of life, it doesn't have to resolve or revolve us or involve a scam. If someone says, I really want to give up, they need help. And I feel like it would be unfair to give her power over her finances, because then we don't know the dynamics behind closed doors. She mentioned there was a time where her and Nancy's relationship was strained. Why? We don't know what Nancy is like behind closed doors. Now, you put Amanda in control of Nancy's finances. Does Nancy now bully her into giving her money? Does Nancy now lie to Amanda? Hey, I need money for XYZ, but instead it will go to a scammer. I feel like this is a case for authorities now to step in. I really hope this protective service is able to interject themselves now properly. But it is unfortunate, and I feel for Amanda here, not Nancy. I'm really sorry if that's harsh or not. Once again, the disclaimer, which I find extremely interesting.
If you have been involved in a romance scam, don't forget to report it.
Go do that, of course. Hopefully, you guys are in sane condition after watching this. My head hurts, but it was hurting already. I don't know if I'm ill or something, but maybe I'm just... I don't even know. Shut up. How about that? I'm now going to go look at the original video's comments. We'll do the tantalizing talk section. If there is something to talk about with the live stream, then of course that will be inserted after the tantalizing talk section. So if it's there, you see it. If it's not there, then it's not there. Because realistically, at this point in time, you know, the day before or the day of the live stream, I think, or is it tomorrow? No, it's today. Anyway, I just don't feel like anything additional will be added to build sort of any context. She's still in this therapy. Not sure if that can help or not, but I'll see you in a second. Tantalizing talk time. We're in for a doozy of a tantalizing talk section. We'll actually first start with Amanda, who left a comment on the original video. Hi everyone, this is Amanda. I see that everyone is pushing me to get power of attorney. I don't have money to get a lawyer to get conservatorship. As far as power of attorney, everyone that I've spoken to has told me my mum has to allow me to have power of attorney, so I'm not sure how to deal with this. I'm sure that nobody is surprised that my mum is still taking actively or talking to and sending money to these scammers. It's heartbreaking. She doesn't have a relationship with her grandkids anymore because of this. All of my mum and stepdad accounts have been frozen when he filed for divorce. But as soon as the house sells, she is going to have a lot of money. Once that happens, I'll have no control of what she does. You know, I think I missed in the original video that he's the one that filed for divorce. So that's maybe a little bit of an insight into how Nancy is behind closed doors. I said it on screen anyway. I don't believe the things that she's saying. She's sort of saying things just to kind of manipulate people into believing her that she's a nice person, etc. I actually don't think so, but let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think it's important that Amanda gets support professionally with the protective services or law enforcement. I'm not really sure at this point, because as I mentioned, the power of attorney stuff, has to go through trials. I guess the mum, as has been said here, has to actually say, yeah, control them. She doesn't strike me as the type of person that will relinquish such control. So I feel for Amanda here, and I said it in the main commentary anyway. I don't feel for Nancy. I feel that Amanda is the real victim here. And to be honest, I don't think Nancy really cares about anyone else, because if she's, again, literally willing to not have a relationship with her grandchildren because of this, can you really argue with someone about this? I feel like it's a lost cause. Now, as much as I dislike her, I do hope she's able to work on this and recover financially, but only time will tell. Now, the next comment is an interesting one, and I'd love everyone's thoughts. The daughter should set up her own fake account and start catfishing her mum for money, then put the money back into an account for her mum's care in the future. At least the money would be protected and stay in the family. Now, surely there's legal complications here, because, again, not saying she would do such a thing, but Nancy strikes me as the person, or as the type of person, that will report her daughter for this, and she won't really see it in the positive light that 588 people and Miss Yvonne has seen it in. So I don't think she can get away with it, but it's an interesting idea. But also, won't banks or like tax records flag this up as strange? Like, hey, you're getting this money and then it's going into this account. Where is it coming from? So on paper, it seems like a good idea. But I think logistically, there's too many red flags there as well. The next comment is one that I particularly feel strongly about, but each to their own, right? Getting a boyfriend's initials tatted on you is embarrassing, but at her age, it's just insanely sad. In the sense of it being her age, in my opinion, I think it's quite interesting / sad, no matter the age, because whilst I understand you want to show your appreciation and love to your partner, you never know what can happen, right? And then you've got a tattoo that, sure, you can cover it up in the future, but I just feel like save your appreciation for gifts and stuff like that. Don't go tattooing things on your body. Bloody well, please don't tattoo anything of the like on your face, because I've seen stories like that. Don't do that. So, you love someone, buy them what they like. You know, they like a banana, get them a banana. Don't tattoo their name on you. The next comment raises the point that Nancy herself is a scammer. She used her soon-to-be ex-husband because she needed a place to live with her child. She never loved him but married him and stayed for 40 plus years. That's a dedicated scam in and of itself. My goodness, yes. Scammers are very notorious for sticking it out for long amounts of time. Could you argue Nancy's a scammer herself? But let me know your thoughts. I mean, regardless if you think it's a scam or not, people like to say that you shouldn't point anything out for the victims because it's victim blaming, and you should solely point out how cruel the scammer is. But what Nancy's done is cruel. She's led someone along for so long. That's like, in most people's life, that's like half your life, 40 years, right? I just can't fathom the amount of heartbreak this individual, or, you know, the husband will feel if he comes across this video. Is she not cruel? Like, this is what I mean. You can't strip victims of accountability just because the scammers are cruel. Yes, everyone knows this, but that doesn't mean that you should just leave the victim be and, hey, it's okay because the other person is cruel. You gotta protect yourself as well, no? The oh-so Pinterest quote that came out of Nancy's mouth, I like being alone. I love being alone. Well, Nancy, your dream is about to come true. I mean, as Amanda mentioned, her relationship with the grandkids doesn't really exist. So she doesn't seem concerned about that in any way. And she doesn't seem concerned that her relationship with her daughter is strained beyond belief. I mean, if your daughter is coming into a YouTube comments to express that she doesn't know what to do and expressing to the catfish team that she wants to give up, honestly, I feel like you're verging on piece of shit there. That you just don't seem to care about anyone else's feelings except yours and Matt Rife's. So, to be honest, if you as a parent can't feel for your children and the rest of your family, then, I mean, who can help you? Brenda here raises good points. Nancy's body language tells us volumes. She doesn't respect the catfish team. She's not open to their efforts to find a resolution. She's only barely going through the motions. And the way she talks about her soon-to-be ex-husband and even her daughter is so disrespectful. She's way too old to be acting like a love-struck teenager. I am so thankful that other people picked up on that, because whilst I don't necessarily think or am in agreement with people who call me harsh, I do recognize or feel sometimes maybe I am being too harsh. But then when I see comments in a similar mindset to me, it sort of gives me that validation to think, hey, you are right in what you are thinking or believing from what I see on screen. She is such a teenager. And I'm actually glad the way that she sits has been brought up, and we'll look at comments later in the TT section as well. It's just, I feel like she didn't give a absolute shit of what was going on. And I'm glad other people see it. Let me know your thoughts. Now, the next comment says, they always claim to be in an abusive relationship, but they themselves seem abusive. Now, her first marriage, I think, is what this individual is talking about. And, I mean, if the Donnie ends up in prison, there's got to be something going on behind closed doors. You don't just end up in prison in a DV case for no reason. So something has to be going on, and I'm actually glad and thankful that Nancy was able to escape such a relationship. So I'm proud of her for that. But then in her next marriage, right from the get-go, without even loving the person and then committing just so you have a place to stay with your daughter, that's abusive. You are abusing this man's love, trust, care. So it's interesting. I'll just say that. Now, as I mentioned, the whole her sitting on the couch was disrespectful, and I found it just cringe. I get the ick from the way she's carrying on like a giddy schoolgirl, trying to act younger, like slouching on the sofa and swearing at points. I mean, the swearing aspect, I guess everyone swears, so I'm not really fixated on that particular part. But the slouching on the sofa part, I understand it's your home and you do what you want in your own home, right? But I feel like when guests come over, especially ones who you've never met before and have professionalism about themselves in that they are going to help you with this case, sit up. Don't put your feet on the frickin' whatever the shit that thing is called. Just act like Amanda. Amanda was sitting there respectful, just listening. And then she was like a teenager, just, oh, why can't you guys just leave me alone? It screams Disney Channel. Get a grip. Going back to the Pinterest quote that came out of her mouth, I love being alone. I could go days without talking to someone, does not compute With We Talk every day, every night, I don't think a moment has gone by where we haven't been in contact. Like, which is it, dude? I mean, I ain't got Scooby. I mean, I mentioned you have to consider the fact that this is solely because it's Matt Rife, the lust of this younger individual who may or may not have large amounts of money available. Like, that's the only reason I can see that she's put aside her love of being alone. I don't see any other means here. So let me know your thoughts. Now, this next comment genuinely was in so many replies to people that I got pissed off and I picked it out to share it so that other people, if you see this, avoid it. Hello, I am cybersecurity. I help recover stolen money from scammer. Have you been swindled by anyone online before? Question mark. Many commas. Because punctuation. Thank you very much. You help recover. That's, well, you not only help someone, you help them. Oh, kudos to this cybersecurity. You are the entire cybersecurity, are you? We've got bloody Ultron, apparently, from Avengers. Get a grip of yourself, Lester. Lester Hydra. Oh, you see the Marvel references. If you see a comment like this, everyone, you know, please, don't think you can get money back, right? And if, to be honest, I don't know if this is harsh, but if you're being swindled by a comment like this, the punctuation all over the place, the spelling, you know, cybersecurity is just this individual, maybe it's just meant to be. Now, this next comment is a roller coaster. Yeah, I'm up. I'm app. I'm not an app. I tell you, I'm not a robot. I'm up with it on certain points, and then I come crashing back down on other points. The Catfish team were very diplomatic when dealing with Nancy, and Nancy seems like a very intelligent and down-to-earth human being. I just think she is addicted to the little microcosm that contains only her and her scammer, and that conversation and connection that she shares with him. I think she would bode well with some therapy to get her through this. Sure. I mean, I suggested therapy. Not sure if therapy can help her particularly, but I guess that's the beauty of going through therapy. They were very diplomatic. I mean, as always, you know, you can't crucify her on the bloody show. Professionalism, I guess. Nancy seems like a very intelligent and down-to-earth human being. Maybe, you know, I'll cut you leeway on intelligent because I don't know her acumen regarding education before this, but some might argue having degrees and stuff, it doesn't really make you intelligent, but I'm of that opinion anyway. You know, it doesn't mean you're intelligent just because you went to university, for example. But I'll draw the line at down-to-earth human being. Maybe you don't know the definition of down-to-earth. Maybe I don't know the definition of down-to-earth. Maybe it means something different. But I don't think she's down-to-earth. Maybe down-to-earth in the aspect that she is well and truly herself on camera, but it's not a good self. But let me know your thoughts. Next up, Emily of the TT says, herewithh, you need to see this with a shaking, you know, the palm face emoji. I've seen it. I've well and truly done many internal face palms. I did not have a good time, Emily. Next up, Lynn raises some good points here. Oh, everyone, I'm so stressed out. I'm 71 years old, in full health. I have a loving daughter, and I'm about to get $2 million. Please, why can't y'all feel my pain? Now, of course, money doesn't equal everything. What someone is feeling isn't necessarily the same as their outside. You know, you can be full health, but be struggling with your mental health. That's entirely plausible. But given the type of person that Nancy has portrayed herself to be in this video, at least to me, it's giving, please feel sorry for me. I am the one true victim. No one else is right. Only me. You must help me. That's the kind of vibe. So, let me know again your thoughts in the comments. There are, of course, people who do not have the luxury of having a child to support them in such an instance, are not full health, XYZ. Now, that doesn't negate your experience just because someone else may be having it more difficult. But Nancy is swaying in the direction of unlikable. So, here's me struggling. Please help me. Now, this next comment, I ain't got a Scooby what's going on. Maybe, of course, you know, you can see things differently to others. As always, opinions are opinions. But the crew is way in her space with his hand stretched towards her as she is shrinking. Just the seating is making her uncomfortable. Reading social cues is important if doing this professionally. This channel seems very amateur, but they're learning, and it's 8:44 as the timestamp given. So on the screen right now is the part that has been mentioned. I don't think this is the issue of the catfish team if she's leaning back, because she's been doing that. Even later in the video when Drew is not sat beside her and it's just Bree and David and no one next to her, she's still sitting like that. She's still slunched back with her feet on the whatever the shit it is again, I don't know. But you can't say it's the crew's fault for that. It's like, maybe we see things differently, but I don't agree with you on that regard. It's not the crew's lack of professionalism that's got her leaning back like that. It's herself. And speaking of which, thankfully, we touch now on the disrespectfulness of how she's sitting. Thankfully, I wasn't just the only one to think that. So disrespectful to put your bare feet up on the couch when there are guests and people present in your home. I was disgusted and uncomfortable with her body posture and language. I'm sorry for her daughter and husband. It just all ties together in her believing, or seemingly believing, that she is still this child, teenager. Maybe her loving this 29-year-old makes her believe that she's now back in her 20s herself. But get a grip, honestly. I really hope she gets some professional support in regards to her mental health, because there's just not good signs here. Next up, Anya, another TT member, so shout out. herewithh has been summoned. Nancy is an interesting member of the Helen University. She doesn't seem to be happy with anyone or anything. Even if it was real, she might end up being miserable with the new man. P.S. We know Matt Rife ain't texting her, but if it was real... I mean, if this was real, even Matt Rife or not, you're being financially abused. Surely you are not happy in this relationship. Which brings again the lustfulness of it all, because she herself said that at certain points she was fighting back. So there are points you are not happy with this quote-unquote relationship, but you're persisting. Why are you persisting? It must be his looks solely. Like, I don't have a Scooby, alright? But yes, she's graduating first class, Helen University, no less. So, give it up, man. She's gonna throw her hat in the air. Will it land back? Because she's lost her head, so where's the hat gonna land? I hope she gets help, honestly. And then lastly, I think it's raised a very good point, because we didn't get that context in the video. Apparently Matt's agent never got back to you to help? I don't think so. Otherwise they would have mentioned it, I guess. Maybe they'll mention it in the live stream. But obviously, as at the time of recording, I'm not, I can't predict that. So probably he does deal with this a lot. Now, most celebrities deal with this kind of thing a lot. It can be any celebrity. Like, you might not even know who they are, but someone's using them and someone is going to believe it. So I'd like to know if they reached out or not. And I saw a lot of comments mentioning that maybe on this occasion, it would be beneficial that the actual person behind the pictures sends a video of some kind to her. However, I feel like it's important to recognize that how far deep she is into this, the scammer could easily just say, oh, I was forced to send such a video. My management said it's good for publicity or something. Please, it is actually me you are talking to. Don't worry about that video, XYZ. So, fluff has randomly, I don't know, come out my mouth. It's better than shit coming out my mouth. Incoming comments. You talk so much shit. Anyway, do you get my point? So, I'm done here. TT section is over. It's the next morning, the morning after the live stream, and I, against my better judgment, and apparently because I'm some sort of masochist, a glutton for punishment, I decided to check it out. Guess what time it is? It is 8:21 at the time of recording. You know we're gonna live it up, baby. This is the best way to spend a morning. Forget your toast. Forget your cereals. Consume some Nancy. That's not a euphemism, by the way. I checked it out. I mean, nothing really much to touch on, other than some of the comments that I did pick out, which touch on some parts of the live stream. I just think it's important to note, I don't really believe what she's saying even in the live stream. I saw a lot of comments saying, well done, Nancy. You seem to have woken up, Nancy. Oh, you're a lovely lady, Nancy. You say Nancy 3 times in your bathroom mirror at night. You will see Nancy behind you. But regardless, hey, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. If you truly believe Nancy has woken up, then I don't know what you were watching in the original video, because she seemed to wake up then, and lo and behold, she still sent money. So, hey, but, you do you. The first comment says, it just makes me disgusted when these ignorant people give away thousands or millions of dollars to romance scammers. Money spends quickly, but it takes a lifetime of hard work to earn the money and save it up. And the reply in question that we're going to look at shouldn't make you mad, as it's not your money when it starts to cost you if they have to go on welfare or somehow ends up using public resources. Then be mad. It's crazy to spend money on romance scammers, but it doesn't hurt you. Now, what did I say in the commentary? I said it as soon as I said that it makes me angry that large amounts like this get chucked around when we're not gonna see that much money probably in our lifetimes. You can call it salty, you can call it being a spiteful little rat if you want, but I'm not saying they don't deserve that money. I'm saying they need to cherish that money better and stop spitting in people's faces, let alone on their own face. And I said, it's like clockwork. Someone will say it's not your money. Yeah, alright, but you seem like an enabler here. Alright, sure, it's not my money. It's not our money. Cool, people are going to do what they're going to do because it is their money. However, does that mean you just don't do anything about it? Someone is being a detriment to themselves. Ouch, I hurt my finger. And you just, whatever. Like, I just can't comprehend some of these comments. And it gets worse, by the way. This comment was like, okay, I anticipated something like that. But again, clockwork, the enablers coming out the woodwork like termites. Don't call people ignorant. Some people are just lonely. The loneliness that means you will want to be in a relationship with a 29-year-old celebrity. The loneliness, it's crazy. Ha ha ha. This isn't loneliness. Like, come on. Obviously, loneliness is not something you can really see at face value. She doesn't seem lonely. She got her whole family besides her, and don't get me wrong, I know she's looking for the romantic sense of love, that romantic sense of presence, but not with someone her own age. Has to be a 29-year-old celebrity, does it? Like, come on. I understand loneliness plays a part in romance scams, but we have to draw the line somewhere. Otherwise, we're just excusing nonsense, man. Like, God forbid this gets worse and Donnies are gonna start glorifying criminal relationships. You catch my drift. Because, they're lonely. Whatever, man. Let me know your thoughts, of course. Now, Nancy did mention people were being nasty to her. All sorts of comments. She said that in the original video as well, and I don't know where people were being mean to her, quote unquote, from the original video. Who knows your story? Maybe you saw the community posts about your episode, I guess. But in the live stream, people were not being nasty to Nancy. They were stating the truth and trying to wake her up. Yes, Nancy, you were stupid. You need to acknowledge that. You willingly sent money to a stranger on the internet that you've never met. That is stupid. And you need to learn from your mistake and not do that again. That is not nasty to tell you that. So yeah, I'm so thankful that, of course, the TT mostly agree on, how we approach scam victims. But I'm glad to see people on the Catfish channel itself in agreement as well, that it's not nasty to point out someone's foolishness, because how do you learn otherwise? You just put your thumbs up, no worries, life goes on. Yeah, life goes on, but life will continue to go on smoother if you learn to not do nonsense. So it's not nasty, but obviously, to me anyway, Nancy strikes me as the type of person who, if you don't agree with her, you just forget it. Don't even speak to me, because I don't want to listen to what you're saying. But, hey-ho. And then lastly, just because the toxic positivity seems to be commonplace in Nancy's story here, the encouragement is nice, but Nancy does look every bit of her age. She needs to accept what is real and find someone real and closer to her age. I don't see anything wrong with this particular comment. I did see another comment mentioning you don't equate attractiveness to youth. I don't think anyone is doing that. Nobody called Nancy unattractive, XYZ. It's more so she does look her age, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I've always said, it's a privilege to grow older. It shouldn't be seen as a curse. I've aged. I've got wrinkles. Maybe I've got age spots or something. None of that is realistically a concern unless you have deep-rooted insecurities that you need professional support to work on. Like, to be honest, it's not a curse to age, it's a blessing. So many people don't get that opportunity and their life is cut short. People need to start appreciating the opportunity to grow. Like, I understand. Perhaps Nancy is insecure, and perhaps Nancy wants to live that youthful life again. Maybe she was not able in her actual childhood to have such a peaceful life, and I see it, in other stories, not just Catfish. People do want to experience that youthfulness, in the future because they didn't get that opportunity in the past. However, it shouldn't come as or at the detriment of you. If you want to live youthful, you want to, I don't know, go to whatever it is that youthful people do, like cliche things. I can't think of one at the top of my head, but if you want to live life happy, you know, youthful, you want to do things that the youth are doing, you do it. That's fine. What is it that youth do? Again, I can't think of an example. I was going to say go to the beach. Everyone goes to the beach, unless you're allergic to like sand or something. However, when your urge or quest for youthfulness comes in the form of you trying to be in a relationship with a much younger celebrity, and you're willing to fork over large sums of money, even from the sale of your home. Here's 2 milli. Like, something's going on here. You're disregarding your family as well. You're happy to essentially ruin the relationship between you and your daughter, you and your grandkids. Yeah, but youthfulness is the main aspect here, is it? Yeah, that's top of your priorities. So I understand the team obviously paying her compliments is a nice thing. Encouragement is nice. But sometimes you have to tell people it's okay to look your age. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to sugarcoat things. Like, if I, for example, get to her age, 71, and I look like a 71-year-old, if someone tells me, hey, you don't look your age, obviously, sometimes there are jokes or playfulness, right? Maybe when you're going shopping and maybe the elderly is being a little bit flirty, right? That's a real thing. And the cashier flirts back, oh, you could, XYZ, you look like you're in your 40s, for example. You get what I'm trying to say. It's a real thing, playfulness. But I don't think it was playful in this particular case. I think it was driving home toxic positivity, or, as I mentioned in the main commentary, feeding into Nancy's delusion a bit. Like, now she thinks, look, other people think I don't look my age. I'll now go for another 29-year-old. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. Again, I'm not saying Nancy's not attractive before anyone, once again, decides to twist my words or something. Just saying, it's okay to look your age. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'll now throw it back to previous recording H. Do the outro. Let me know your thoughts. I swear to you, I've been recording maybe 2 hours, and that is too long to be witnessing Nancy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know your thoughts about everything in the comments. Do you feel like they'll get help? I ain't got a Scooby. I feel for Amanda. Her life essentially seemingly is turning into, is mum talking to Matt Rife? I feel for her so much. See you guys next time. Bye. Man, nothing is comedy about this.